This drive from Lake Powell to Hanksville never gets old. We're on our third adventure in our 12-part series on lesser-known outdoor adventures in Utah. We're trading in the beauty of Glen Canyon National Recreation Area to the high desert of the San Rafael Swell. The landscape is like no other I've ever seen. There's towering buttes and a landscape that looks more like the moon than on Earth. We stopped at a highly recommended burger place when we came into town. I'd seen this mentioned on several forums, and our friends confirmed that it was great. The prices were very affordable, of course we always appreciate that, and yes, this gets a place on our shout-out list. It sure doesn't hurt that there's plenty of parking for all kinds of vehicles. Our first night would be an easy stopover. It's about 12 miles west on Highway 24. Another beautiful scenic byway. The location is called Arm OHV Area. It's popular for off-highway vehicles. I was anticipating crazy loud chaos, but I had convinced myself that I should be open to new things, and if I didn't like it, it would only be for one night. We pulled in on a Monday and we were the only ones there. So much for chaos. I'm sure it gets busy on the weekends, but for us right now, it was peaceful and we enjoyed the night. The recreation area is 2,600 acres, with blue-gray bentonite clay giving the surface a good grip and fun formations to ride. Yes, we enjoy a bit of a challenge, but it's usually about the scenery for us. There's more nice scenery here, but staying here is probably more about the challenge. There are obstacles for every level, so it's a good place for beginners to improve their skills. It wasn't our intention, but we ended up on a narrow trail that required us to do some quick acceleration to use some centrifugal force to keep us from tipping over. The hub said it was even a little bit much for him. I didn't film those sections because I was concentrating on holding on. I always end up editing those things out most of the time anyway because I don't even capture the road. should have had a flag on our side by side in case we ran into anyone on a hill. Fortunately, we didn't see anybody. We didn't do any climbs on the side of the hills either. I'm thinking those would have been done with dirt bikes. Now I'm kind of wishing we did have some people here to watch. Need to learn to not be such a hermit. After a drone debacle in Colorado that required the hubs to climb up a mountainside to retrieve our drone, he decided to take advantage of some open space to practice flying the drone. He is getting better. Our one night here was fine, but we wanted to find an even better place to camp. Finding the perfect spot is part of our adventure, so we loaded up and headed back into Hanksville so we could visit the BLM field office. They're really good about giving you maps and great information. We wanted their opinion on the best dispersed camping locations. When we were finished, we found this old mill behind the office, so we decided to check it out. Yay! History! I love history! You can walk inside for a self-guided tour. Turns out Hanksville was a base camp for miners of the Henry Mountains. The mill was left over from the booms of the old gold and uranium days. It was constructed in 1921 by Edwin Wolverton. The mill was unique because it served two purposes: crushing gold ore and cutting wood. The building was moved to its current location by a helicopter. Wow, would have loved to seen that. Wolverton's headstone was made using one of the original drag stones. We're in a very remote area of Utah. Hanksville is one of the few towns we'll see while in the area, so we're paying attention to the facilities that are here. You know, important things like groceries. In addition to the gas stations that have limited food items, they have a grocery store. Who needs a Walmart? This place has food, a pizza place, a nail and hair salon, a hardware store, and even a little picnic area outside. When we drove through Hanksville last year, we noticed this, but wasn't sure what it was. It's the funkiest, coolest little art project. They made some pretty cool things out of junk. There's some themes here. Tell me in the comments what you think they are. I love small towns, and this one's really starting to grow on me. Our friends told us that there's a place around Hanksville to find an abundance of petrified wood, just laying on the ground ready to be picked up. They mentioned a rock shop in town, so we stopped in to find out more. We met the sweetest woman who told us the history of her place. She said she's uncovering a tremendous amount of goodies just on her own property, and that rock hounding was incredible and where to go. Rock hounding takes place on BLM land. There are some rules that you need to follow. But most of all, she shared her love for the town and its friendly people. In 2022, the population was only 171. She said people here help each other out by taking on multiple jobs that range anywhere from being an elected official to waitressing. She was a great person to talk to. Yes, this town is special. Driving back out of town, we stopped at this old stone building. There was no signage to tell us the original purpose of the structure, but someone was clearly trying to preserve it. I looked it up online, and I believe it's part of the old Giles Township. Following the advice from the BLM field office, we headed back towards Canesville to pick our camping spot for the next few days. The area has some breathtaking views and the reason we came to Hanksville. We're camping at Factory Butte OHV Area, which is close to where we camped last night. We're traveling 6.7 miles on this well-maintained road and looking for a large group of boulders. We have plenty of room to spread out. Julia sure makes a mess in Miss Kitty. Look at that, ladies, a man who knows how to clean. He's a keeper. Look at that view. The Hubs is a kid at heart, and he loves big rocks. I mean, he really loves big rocks. He told me he wanted to show me something. The perfect place for a night fire. For me, I'm pretty happy to leave the ramp down and stare at the view. Sweet dreams. Factory Butte is a 6,300-foot monolith that towers above the surrounding buttes. It's so incredibly impressive. Honestly, I didn't expect to be so in awe over that geologic feature. The lunar landscape that skirts the giant catches the light in such a way that it seems like you're on a different planet. So beautiful. I always say it, sunrise is the best time of day. The road to get to our next destination isn't far. Skyline rims should give us an expansive view. We search for those. This is supposed to be one of the most unique geologic viewpoints in Utah. It overlooks the Blue Valley, and it's said to closely resemble a lunar landscape. People walk out here for photos. We were not brave enough. Neither were any of the photographers who were here. Would you do it? Thanks for traveling with us. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to support the channel. Join us next time as we take you on more sites around Hanksville. Hit the bell so you don't miss an episode.
If your house is too cold, just go stand in the corner. It's always 90 degrees there.